Hey, everybody. It's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and we have to address the elephant in the room. And what I'm talking about is the action that is occurring in Eastern Europe right now, because it's having a dramatic effect on traditional markets, precious metals, oil, and of course, crypto. The losses that we're seeing in the top 100 are pretty significant, averaging anywhere from 8 to 18% down. Yep, markets hate uncertainty. And this is exactly what we have right now across the globe. You're looking at a live stream shot of Kiev, and I tell you, there's just not a lot of good news to report from this part of the world. Tokyo and Seoul, both the traditional markets, fell 2%. Hong Kong and Sydney down 3% today. And you can find lots of live streams on Twitter with lots of really desperate situations. Ukraine, the air defense was knocked out, and the country was has declared martial law, according to many sources, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, City AM. There's a video upload by the president. So the traffic getting out of the city is, you can imagine, really heavy. Then there's going to be the problem of refugees, and this emergency council that met, the Emergency Security Council meeting, took place, and I don't know, the European Union is unified, it appears, along with NATO, but you've got China still not putting in any response. It is just, I think, in a position right now where really everything is risk off. So let's have a look at the market and see exactly what's going on. So here you have a look at the top 50 by market cap. You can see that it's pretty red, but this is also when real wealth is built. So if you have dry powder on the side, and I'm not saying this is the bottom because nobody knows if it is, we probably have to really go through the next 24 or 48 hours to see how this total global situation is going to play out. And until then, maybe sitting on the sidelines and watching. But I do tell you that if you play these market swings and you get in when there is blood on the streets, that is how you make real wealth in this market. You can see Bitcoin is off nearly 10%, trading at 35,258. The total global crypto market is at 1.57 trillion, down 11%. Just in the last 24 hours. There's heavy losses. Look at Ethereum, down 13% on the 24-hour, 23% down on the 7-day. Gala, real significant down with 19% in the 24-hour, 38% on the 7-day. Even Avalanche is down 17%. The only project that seems to be a koi that's able to swim up the waterfall right now is Anchor Protocol. It is on the Terra blockchain. It's a low volatile yield token. It uses the UST, which is the Terra stablecoin. It's up 4%. So it is really the only one in the top 100 that is able to buck the trend. And having a look at precious metal, well, gold seems to be holding its own right now. It is turning out to be a hedge. It's up $12 on the ounce. Silver, too, is up 1.74%. Platinum up 1.48%. And palladium is up 5.86%. So the precious metals are doing well. And boy, I just can't wait to play a little of this. This is the big debate that occurred today between Richard Hart and the gold bug Peter Schiff. It was full of a lot of drama. Have a listen to this clip.
Well, yeah, if you bought gold 5 years ago, you had a great return. It's up 90% over the last 5 years. Over the last 10 years, no, it's about flat over 10 years. But go over the last 20 years. 20 years ago, gold was less than 300, and now it's 1,900. So that's a pretty good return. Now, if you want to say, oh, what if you bought gold at its peak in 1980 at 800, you have a lousy return. Go back 10 years earlier, and you bought it in 1970 at $35 an ounce, and you had an incredible return. So you can always pick and choose whatever time frame is convenient for you. But the reality is you're so excited about how much HEX has gone up. HEX is down about 70% from its peak. So there are people who bought HEX who are down 70%. Nobody is down anywhere near 70% in gold. And the people who have made money in HEX haven't made anything because they haven't sold, because they've locked up their HEX in your scam of a CD. You've conned people into taking a worthless currency that you create for nothing, and they've agreed not to sell it so you can keep unloading yours to the people who are foolish enough to think there's a free lunch and they're going to get rich in your pyramid scheme, but they're not. They're going to go broke, and eventually they may come looking for you because all the money that your followers are going to lose is the money that you're making. And we'll see how the authorities feel about that, when you end up in a court of law, because I know a lot of the people who lost money are going to be looking to have to try to claw back some of their losses from your winnings.
All right, jumping to a little bit of good news with the SEC versus Ripple. Jimmy James Filan, the attorney, about 13 hours ago, broke the news that Judge Torres has made a decision, and it is, very strong because she just used one word. Let's take a look at that last page from her decision on the SEC requesting to make yet another reply on a previous reply. Occasionally, the courts may allow a reply to a reply. This is called a surreply. It's not that uncommon. I think from my research, there has been a surreply once allowed from a Judge P. Kevin Castell in the Federal District Court in Manhattan. But on the surreply that the SEC requested from Judge Annalisa Torres, she gave a one-word response, and that was denied. The SEC was trying to file that surreply in support of its motion to strike. They're trying to strike Ripple's fourth affirmative defense. Nope, she's not having any of it. None of it whatsoever. So the 3-page request from the SEC, denied. I'd say she's had enough of those shenanigans. Well, here's something that took me by surprise. Now, it has been going on for a few months, but I never guessed that this was going to be in the final report. And it is. It's all about banning proof of work. It's coming from the legislative branch of the European Union. And what it would do is prohibit crypto services that rely on unsustainable consensus mechanisms in January 2025. So that puts Bitcoin and Ethereum right smack in the middle of that problem. It could be the catalyst to get Ethereum to change by then. I think they would like to try to get on to proof of stake by 2025. But Bitcoin, oh my gosh, I can't imagine anybody in the Bitcoin camp having a hand raised to go to a different protocol. I can't see it now. You never say never, but should this really occur, oh, wow, it's going to make some big changes. Chairman Stefan Berger said that he felt the proposal would very likely go through. Wow, I can tell you that there's going to be a lot of discussion on this for sure. I'd like to do something a little different in the fluff. That is what we are jumping to. I bought this book. It's called Gambate, The Japanese Art of Always Moving Forward. I read it. I finished it very quick, like in 3 days. It has 50 short chapters, and it's all about the attitude and the philosophy that the Japanese people have. I think in the West, when you want to wish someone to do their best, you might say good luck. But in Japan, the word is gambate. And I want to read one of the chapters, which is just a page and a half, that talks about the archer and the moon. It's a traditional tale about a young man from a village who set his mind on becoming the best archer in the world. And in order to make that a reality, he went to seek advice from the region's Kyodo Grand Master. After the long journey across meadows, rivers, and mountains, he found him in his modest cabin in the clearing in the woods. Kneeling before the old master, he said, "I wish to be the greatest archer in the world, master. What must I do to achieve that?" After meditating for a moment, the old man replied unhurriedly, "If you want to be the best archer in the world, I have a task for you. You'll have to hit the moon with one of your arrows. Since no one has managed it up until now, you would be the first, and so no one would be able to match your skill in the art of Kyudo." Awestruck and excited by this mission he had been entrusted with, the young archer made the long journey back home. When he got to the village, he devoted himself, body and soul, to the task. He did so by painstakingly cleaning his bow and arrows, and every evening shooting at the moon, the instant it appeared on the horizon. Every night he stuck to his task, staying true to his mission, whether the moon was full, waxing, or waning. He even practiced on nights when there was no moon. When its faint silhouette was barely visible, he would make that effort. The rumor started going around the village that this boy had gone crazy, and they understandably called him a lunatic. However, he paid no heed to the taunts and teasing he was subjected to. He kept shooting at the moon. After a long time, seeing that he wasn't achieving his aim, the young archer set off once more to see the Kyudo master and tell him that he'd failed. "On the contrary," the old man told him, patting him on his shoulder, "you have carried out your mission extraordinarily well, if what you tell me is true. Obviously, none of your arrows hit the moon, but you have shot so many thousands of them that doubtless by now you must have become the best archer in the world, because in reality, it wasn't the moon that you were aiming at, wasn't it?" asked the archer, happy and surprised to hear that. "So what was I aiming at then, master?" The archer aims at himself. I can't wait to hear if you liked that story or not. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.